Okay, first question. What is your professional and public service background?
I have spent the last 16 years as a Denver police detective. Prior to that, for 10 years, I worked for the city of Thornton as a police officer.
Okay.
6 years military veteran.
All right. And you're a business owner now, yeah?
Yes.
And what is that business?
It's a coffee shop at 38th and Lowell.
Gotcha. Okay, my next question, it's a pretty crowded field. There's 10 candidates. What do you believe separates you from the rest of that pack?
Well, I believe that with my last 25 years as a police officer, I make decisions on a daily basis that a city councilman would be almost involved in. But for me, it's an everyday situation that helps our community. We have minor neighborhood disputes. We have serious, life and death situations, and I make those decisions on a daily basis. And I really believe that I bring people together. I can resolve issues in a short time frame, and I believe I can do that as a city councilman.
Okay, great. Yeah, and I've been to some of these city council meetings. They can get pretty contentious, so conflict resolution is definitely a good skill to have.
Yes.
Okay, great. What motivated you to get into this race for the open District 1 seat?
Well, it started with years ago. I've always wanted to run for city council, and I just felt that now was the time. I won't say the stars aligned, but I think that things worked out for me that this would be the right time to run.
Okay.
And, finish out the vacated seat and then run again.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and that'll be in, just a year and a half here, right?
Right.
Okay. And did you find it difficult to collect the requisite number of signatures in such a short time period?
No, I thought the 5 days was good, although I didn't realize there was going to be 10 people, so that did make it a little more difficult. We didn't want to duplicate, so... but yeah, we had it done in less time than they gave us. But yeah, it was a little more difficult than I thought it was going to be.
Okay. Medical marijuana has taken center stage in Denver over the last year. Do you support the city council's ordinance regarding medical marijuana dispensaries and licensing in Denver?
I do, and I believe that maybe there could be a few other items that they could add to it that they didn't add to it. I believe that being a burglary detective, I know that burglars and robbers don't always want to go somewhere where somebody's at.
Mm-hmm.
They just as soon break into a vacant home, or not a vacant home, but a home that's home. And I think that the same goes for businesses in the marijuana industry. They know there's cash and marijuana in there. So if they realized that there was 24-hour security, actual physical security,
mm-hmm.
I think that would really curtail a lot of the break-ins and the robberies.
Well, and that covers my next question. Although, feel free to add anything. Is there anything you would change in the way the ordinance was written?
Yeah, I would add that to it. I would certainly, when it comes to the police department, I think that it's not the owners of these businesses; it's the people that they might attract.
Mm-hmm.
That it could be an issue for the neighborhood. I think that officers should just be more diligent. Neighbors should be more diligent. And when people come and go, that's great. That's a legitimate legal business, and no one should have a complaint about that. It's the people that just come down there and hang out and they go through the neighborhood that I think that with extra patrols that can be curtailed.
Absolutely, and it seems a lot of those businesses we're already moving towards 24-hour security and having an armed guard present just as a means of protecting their business. So I think responsible business owners were already moving in that direction. So okay, great. And what issue do you think is most important for the city council to address over the next year and a half between now and that next election cycle? Well,
I think that working with the new zoning code is going to be an issue, and not necessarily an issue, but it's going to be a challenge for whoever goes in. I believe that even though we've had the last zoning code for 50 years, and there's still issues with that,
mm-hmm.
A new one is going to bring in new issues, and I think on a case-by-case basis that'll work out. that'll, you'll be able to work through a happy medium there. And I believe public safety in the city, because I really believe that the residents, in order to live like here in District 1 and keep families here and keep people from moving out, is they've got to feel safe in their home and their parks and their neighborhood and their businesses. And I believe that there are several things that can be improved upon and here in District 1 as far as neighborhood safety. Not that we have one of the greatest commanders in the city here in District 1, and he, making sure the streets are safe. But, just different little ideas where they can move people around a little bit and maybe make it a little better.
Are there any suggestions in particular that you might have that would lend to the public safety issue?
I would increase the business and neighborhood watch programs. The business watch in particular along Colfax and Tennyson Street and 32nd, and those are regular high business districts that they sign up, the businesses sign up, and they work together with the police, because a lot of areas of town they don't. And I think that increasing that would help that program. Bringing back the foot patrol for the business districts. Not on an everyday basis, but you get the cops, the police officers to, walk the beat and get to know the people, along Colfax, Tennyson, 32nd. The business owners, I think, would enjoy that. I think that people feel a lot safer. They're going to First Friday, and there's a couple of beat cops walking up and down. It just gives you a sense of security. I believe that they could, I would like to see them dedicate 2 bicycle officers from May through September to our parks, where they're actually dedicated to it. The city spent a lot of money training officers to ride the bikes. It's a week-long course, and it's a rigorous course and a lot of hours. And now with the manpower, they can't always have an officer out there. I believe if they can shuffle the manpower around a little bit, they might be able to get dedicated 2 officers for those months for, at least 4 or 5 days a week.
Interesting. Okay. All right. And this is actually my last question. We're going to make it a short one. Do your political aspirations end with the city council, or are you interested in a higher office within the state government?
No, I'm not a politician. I'm not running for anything else. That's one promise I can give the people. I'm not running for anything else. The city council is what I want, and that's what I'm going to do. And it's not a stepping stone for me by any means.
Gotcha. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to add? Something that you think can familiarize the voters with you as a candidate?
Well, boy, that's the hardest question you ask. I'm not sure what to say. The self-promoting thing is really hard for me. I've been a humble person, I believe, most of my life, and it's difficult to do the self-promoting aspect that I know has to be done as a candidate. Mm-hmm. But I just really feel that a new voice for North Denver that isn't going anywhere, that isn't a politician, because the recycled politicians just doesn't. I think it's kind of over, and to bring the community together so we can move forward, I think is where I'm going to make a difference other than the other candidates.
Well, and you've been involved in this community for most of your life, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay, great. Well, I want to thank you a lot for this interview, Chance, John, and I wish you the best of luck in the upcoming election. This is you've got less than a month, so I'm sure or you've got just a little over a month, so I'm sure you've got a busy schedule ahead of you.
Oh yeah, it has been every night. It seems like some Monday, and I'm still working, so plus that in the coffee shop.
Yeah, of course. Okay, great. Well,
I'll get some coffee in.
I absolutely will. Yeah, I'm a coffee and tea lover, so I will definitely make sure I make it down.
We have the world's greatest chai if you'd like chai.
I am a big fan of chai. Fantastic. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, John. Have a good day.
Thanks.